Hi everyone, and welcome to Virtual Barre. My name is Alex, and I'll be your instructor today, just from afar. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our warm-up. We're going to start with those feet, heels in, toes pointed outward, nice and wide. We're going to raise those arms up and go down into a plie squat. So whenever we come down into a plie squat, you're going to be doing this a couple of times throughout class today. It's good to kind of keep in mind the very basics. So the main thing is to keep that chest back, shoulders down, kind of rounded out back behind you. What we don't want is to be dropping that chest forward and sticking the bottom out as you come down. Instead, I kind of want to make almost a straight line, keeping a nice and neutral spine. So rather than coming out, dropping that chest, instead, I'm staying out nice and tall. And you may notice me wiggling my toes around. That's just to make sure that I'm putting my weight in my heels and not in my toes. If you feel like your weight's in your toes, step out just a bit wider. Maybe 3, 2, and 1. Keep those legs up nice and wide. You're going to reach down, other arm behind you, reach up towards the sky. So down towards one foot, up to the sky. Into that side lunge. And here I'm dropping my chest forward, moving through nice and slow. Kind of feel that stretch on your inner thigh. Nice job. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come on up. Now I want you to step one leg forward, one leg back. And that back heel is going to come off the floor. You're going to reach and stretch forward. And I want you to press that back heel towards the floor as you reach those arms back. Really open up that chest. Up on the toe, reach. Set that heel down, come back. So just do a few of those at your own pace. Kind of lunged forward. Nice job. Really send those arms backwards, open it up. And let's switch legs. So other leg comes back, raise up on that toe, press the heel down, send those arms back. Hopefully you guys had a nice day so far and you are ready to get going with some bar stuff today. I've kept this video pretty simple, so hopefully you can follow along mostly with my voice, but you'll have the video as well. Doing a lot of bar basics, some lunges, some squats, a couple arm moves, really round it all out, so hopefully you guys can follow along pretty easily. Maybe 3, 2, and 1. I want you to just stand however you're comfortable. We're going to take one arm, big arm circles forward. It's always kind of hard to tell how things will seem when I'm not actually there, but I believe in you guys. And take it back. And switch. So other arm going forward, big circle. And bring that arm back. Nice job. And then one last thing, we'll do our washing machine. So feet kind of shoulder width, a little bit further apart. And then you're just twisting your arms side to side. Let that other heel up off the floor as you twist. And just let your body be nice and loose. Like you're tumbling around in a washing machine. That's why I call them that. It's definitely not a technical name. And get that spine warmed up. Nice job. Give me 3, 2, and 1. And you're going to go ahead and jump into your actual workout. So go ahead. I think I have you guys starting with more warm-ups, but now I can't remember. So it's going to be a surprise. This is just like real life class where I don't know what virtual me did last week. So it's always a surprise, right? Now that you guys are all warmed up, we'll go ahead and start with our arms. So you're going to grab your weights if you have them, or if you're doing it at home, you can grab water bottles, some cans, or just use your body weight. That's fine too. So we're going to start out with our legs right underneath us, feet hip distance apart. So right under your hips, your feet should be far enough apart that you can put both fists in between them. Knees slightly bent, core nice and strong. You're going to raise those arms up into a goalpost position. We're going to do our little pulses here. So we're not going to be doing anything crazy. Hopefully you kind of follow along, even if you're just watching. We're just raising an inch, lowering an inch, keeping those elbows at the same height as our shoulders. Now while we're here, I want you to really focus on your posture, keeping those knees slightly bent, tailbones slightly tucked under. So you'll notice instead of sticking my butt way out, kind of got it drawn in, not super tucked under where it feels uncomfortable, just kind of a neutral spine. Now I want you to take those elbows and imagine making tiny rainbows forward and back, little tiny arcs, still 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Just this time, I want you to think about kind of moving them over a tiny ball in the air. The entire time today, I want you to focus on breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Also, I have no idea, I keep looking at this mirror behind me, so if you notice I'm just gazing off into the distance, it's so I can make sure that I'm still recording and that I can see what I'm doing. So, just wanted to give you that heads up. All right, give me 3, 2, 1. You're going to keep your arms here. I want you to lower those palms down, keeping those arms in that field goal position, raise them back up. So your hands are coming down to where your elbows are and back up, just flat towards the floor. So you're keeping that field goal the entire time. Nice job. And if you need to, drop your arms, shake them out, and then jump back in. You can always drop the weights too, if that's something that you need to do. Give me 3, 2, and 1. This time, keep those palms facing down. You're going to squeeze those elbows back, squeeze that back, shoulder blades together, and then press forward, tapping those weights together. So squeeze it back, pressing forward. Keeping those hands up at shoulder height the entire time. So squeeze and press. Now I want you to still make sure that you're not stretching those legs out completely. Keep those knees slightly bent, core strong. Your core is going to help you here in making sure that you're not rocking back and forth. You want to stay stable. Nice job. Give me 3, 2, and 1. You can drop for like half a second. I know your arms are probably burning. Bring them back to that goal post. This time, your hands are facing forward. You're going to press up, tap them above your head, and then bring them all the way down, elbows by your waist, squeeze back behind you. So all the way up, tap, all the way down, squeeze. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Nice job. Just a couple more here. Definitely should have started a timer on my watch so I knew or paid attention to the time that I started this video, what time we started it, so I had an idea of what time I'm going off of. So if you see me here in a second, check it. Don't mind me. Give me 3, 2, last one here. Bring those elbows all the way back by the waist. Little pulses back. So squeeze out. Just little baby movements. Really focus on squeezing those elbows behind you, squeezing those shoulder blades. Keep on going. Nice job. You're almost there. You got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake them out. Alrighty. Let's do just a couple quick moves. A little bit more on the shoulders, but also some triceps. So you're going to take those hands right above you, palms facing in. Now I want to lock my elbows in towards my ears and then keep my shoulders from raising up into my ears. I want them nice and pulled down. Here, I want you to actually, I forget what I just said. Kind of switching it up. I want you to grab both weights in one hand if you can. Other hand can be on your waist It can just be down, whatever floats your boat. And you're going to bend that elbow back, or bend that arm back. Elbow stays forward, locked in by the head, and up. So it is a tricep extension holding these two weights. Now you're like, man, I got baby hands. If your hands are babier than mine and you can't hold both weights, just hold one. Holding two is just going to add a little bit of extra weight. So try it if you can. You have to kind of figure out how to get them there. So you want to keep that elbow in. And if it feels kind of weird, like you're arching or anything, you can always step one leg forward, one leg back. Sometimes that makes things a little bit easier for you to not do any sort of weird arching movements. Give me 3, 2, and 1, and we're going to switch those arms. So weights go in the other hand, raise it up like you're the Statue of Liberty, palm facing in, bend that arm back, elbow stays close to the head, and up. Just whichever way you're deciding to stand, keep those knees slightly bent. We don't want them to lock out. Make sure that elbow isn't wandering outward. If you're kind of doing one of these out here where my elbow is facing to the side, you're doing all sorts of wonky stuff, and it's going to feel a little strange. Nice job. Keep it up. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. Core strong. Trying to keep that elbow locked in tight. Sometimes it even helps if you slightly touch that arm. It's just kind of a reminder to not let it go out. Don't hold your arm. Don't help yourself out. Just slightly touch it if you're struggling to keep that elbow in. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Drop those arms for just a second. One weight in each hand. You are going to take those arms up in a V. So my palms are facing outward. If you ever did cheerleading, this feels just right to me because I'm making a big V. And you're going to just bring those palms in downward, or not palms in, knuckles in, touching each other. Elbows stay sky high and out. So bring those hands together, take them out. V in that makes a tiny V. So my weights are coming right in front of my face and right back out. Knuckles touch as they reach right in front of my face. Bring them out. Nice job. Still the same thing. Keep those knees slightly bent. We never want to lock out. We always want a strong core. Nice work. Just a little bit more here. Give me 3, 2, and 1, and that is literally it for that. So that's all the purposeful arms we're going to do. So you got it out of the bag. So we're going to take one arm, we're going to cross the chest, either above or below the elbow, probably whacking my microphone, and then you can take that shoulder, bring it away from the ear, and bring it across. Sorry for my weird arm noises you're probably getting. And then let's take the other one across the body, either above or below the elbow, shoulder, make sure it's not up by the ear. Bring one arm behind the head, hand goes behind the back. Pull on back into that tricep stretch. And then other arm, hand goes down the spine, pull on that arm. And go ahead and release, just shake it out. And you guys will take your mat And that's really all you have. You take your mat to the bar, or if you have a chair or countertop that you're using at home, you're going to grab that. Alrighty, so now that you guys have gotten kind of settled, and if you need more time, just pause the video, jump back in. We're going to start out at the bar. If you're at the bar in the studio, I want you facing sideways where you can see yourself in the mirror. Your feet are parallel, hip distance apart like earlier, and you're resting one hand on the bar. You're going to take those heels up off the ground, place them back down in a nice simple calf raise. So from the side, my shoulders are down and back, not hunched over. What a nice, pretty posture. My core is nice and strong. A lot of times I'll say to engage your core properly, I want you to think of blowing out 300 birthday candles. So breathing in through the nose, breathing out deeply. You should have just heard the most obnoxious whoosh of air from me. And as you breathe out deeply, you should feel that core engaged. I want you to kind of think pulling in and up through that core. Make sure those feet come all the way down in between each one. So we never want to just be bouncing midair. That's going to be very painful very fast. Nice job. Take a look at yourself in the mirror if you've got one. Shoulders down and back, core strong. Give me 3, 2, and 1. And you're going to come up on those toes. Release that outside hand up, and then release that inside hand and hold. So holding here, a strong core helps you balance. What doesn't help you balance is talking through it. That's why I always struggle. Nice job. Deep breaths. Give me 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and drop down. Give yourself a shake. Alrighty. Same thing, facing the side. Our standard first position calf raises. So your heels are in, toes are pointed outward. That's first position. Lightly resting that hand on the bar, shoulders down and back, core engaged. Up on the toes, heels down and together, and repeat. So same thing as last time, only this time maybe your calves are a little bit on fire. I walked 2 miles yesterday, and that's not very far at all. But I've been hardcore slacking. So those 2 miles, now with these calf raises, are going to have me feeling it. And you may notice that your heels can't get off the ground as much as you'd like. And that's something that's going to come with working on these. You're going to slowly build up that ankle strength and ankle mobility to be able to do it, as well as foot mobility. A lot of times our feet aren't really used to moving in this way. So as we do these more, if you want, you can always, if you're waiting in the grocery store line, you can do some calf raises. I tend to. I'll probably look like a lunatic. All right, give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and shake them out. All right, let's do one more while we're here. I want you to take those legs out nice and wide. Second position, feet are pointed outward, heels in, toes out. Same thing, I want you to think about keeping that core nice and strong, tailbone slightly tucked under so that when you go down, you're kind of keeping it a straight line. I'll show you guys from the side. But looking in the mirror, you should be able to see that instead of sticking your butt way out, you're staying in a nice straight line as you go up and down. A little bit of sticking out isn't too bad, and we don't want to be like weirdly tucked, just nice and straight. All right, all you're going to do is go down into a plie squat, come all the way up, raise those heels off the ground. So all the way down, all the way up. Heels come down as you squat down, and they come up as you stand up nice and tall. So this is a great time to look at yourself in the mirror. Are your shoulders hunched over? It's going to make it really hard to balance. Is your core strong? Theoretically, you should be able to do this with no bar. It's a little bit harder, but in theory, it should be possible. Nice job. I want you to think about your knees following that direction of your toes. Sorry if your calves are on fire already. Like I said, I'm struggling through with you if that makes you feel any better. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. We're going to stretch it out. So you're going to bring one leg forward, one leg back. Press that back heel towards the floor. If you want, you can lean down on the lower bar or take it all the way to the mat. And we'll switch legs. Watch your head as you come on up. And then I'm going to pause my video really quick and restart, so you get like a 2-second break. Alrighty. So we're going to be doing some simple lunges today. That way you're kind of familiar with what you're doing. The movements aren't completely foreign. So I want you to start out by facing the bar. And you're going to bring one leg forward, one leg back. Now, if the room is pretty much empty or you're at home and you have a mirror, I would highly recommend actually facing the side so you can see yourself to watch yourself in the mirror. All right, to get into lunge position, you're going to place those feet hip distance apart and then step one leg straight back. And I want you to actually step it back. A lot of times people do one of these and they're trying to lunge like this. And that is a type of lunge. It's not the type we're going to do. So step back nice and far and make sure that your feet aren't in line with each other. Not on a tightrope or on railroad tracks. You're just going to take it down and up in that lunge. So my back leg is bending down, my front leg is bending down. My knee is following the direction of my foot. And I can still wiggle my toes on this front foot. That's important. We don't want to end up toe heavy and really pressing all our weight into our toes on that front foot. A lot of times I see people try to lunge with their back foot flat on the floor. So make sure that it's just the ball of your foot and the toes on the floor. And if you're actually bending that back leg, don't let it stay like weirdly straight. Nice job. Give me 3, 2, and 1. I want you to do the same lunge. Take it down, halfway up. So you might be familiar with this. Means you know what's coming. So if you're looking in the mirror, or just check your body anyway, I want you to make sure that your shoulders aren't hunched forward, that your core is strong. So when you look in the mirror, check yourself. Are your shoulders over your hips? Kind of forgot what I was doing. Down, halfway up. Give me 3, 2. You're going to take it all the way down. Little pulses. Your leg should be on fire. If it's not on fire, well, you got the other leg to get there, so don't worry about it. Nice job. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. All right, give me 3, 2, and come on up and shake them out. Oh goodness. What's bad is that I'm filming this before class, so I am potentially not going to be able to do anything in just half an hour. It's going to be rough. All right. Oh, let's do the other leg. We can do it. So, same thing. Get those feet right under your hips. Step that other leg back. Really step it back. And you don't have to hold the bar either. So if you don't want to hold the bar, don't hold the bar. You're going down and up. Full range of motion lunge. Down and up. So what are we expecting here? We're not expecting your knee to be touching the ground between each one, but I do want it bent. Want that front knee following the direction that your toes are going, not super far past the toes. I don't really care if you're a little bit past, if that feels more comfortable, but definitely not too far past. And I want you to be able to wiggle those toes. So if you can't wiggle your toes, you're putting too much weight in the front part of your foot. You need to place it in that heel. Nice job. So from the front, you can see that my legs are not in line with each other. They're to the side. Give me 3, 2, down and halfway up. So down, halfway. You're just kind of stopping. It's really like kind of 3/4, I guess, more than halfway. The goal is to just keep those muscles in your legs engaged the entire time. So down, halfway up. Now don't be slacking on your posture. Keep those shoulders down and back. This is the time when I see some of these, which are sad lunges. Keep that posture good. When we work on our posture in these movements, it starts to integrate itself into our daily lives. And I'm a big proponent on if you have confident posture, you're going to look confident, and if you look confident, you feel confident. All right, give me 3, 2, take it all the way down, little pulses, 1 inch up, 1 inch down. Try to not just bounce here. I know it's tempting. I want you to think control. Still make sure you can wiggle those toes. Make sure you're breathing. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come on up. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and we're going to do one more move over here before we head back to our spots on the floor. I want you to go ahead and face the side of the bar again, holding on with just one hand, or you don't have to hold on at all. It's just for a little extra support if you want it. Here we got sneaky core. It's not really that sneaky at all. I want you to slightly bend those legs. Hands are going to go up by your ears. You are going to bend down into a side lean. So my hand is going past my knee and I'm reaching back, tapping my calf here. My shoulders are staying in line with the rest of my body, not dropping my chest forward. I can still see my next door neighbor, if I had one, perfectly clear. And then I'm coming back up. So down and up. Tap that calf, come back up. If you need a less dramatic lean, I want you to just tap behind that knee and come up. So whatever range of motion you got, that's awesome. If you want it to be a little bit more, then you can squat down even lower, and then you can get down almost to that ankle. So there's kind of your range. Pick whichever one is challenging, but not detrimental to you. Remember, you can always start low and kind of inch your way back up. But I want you to challenge yourself here. I know your legs are getting tired, but you got it. Give me 3, 2, and come on up and shake out those legs. Alrighty. Now we've got the other side. So, switch sides. I'm just going to step to the side. You don't really need the bar. You can hold on to it while you're leaning. Come back up if you need a little stabilization, but this can be done in the middle of the floor. So, heels and toes out, hands by your ears, knees bent in that plie squat, and you're going to reach down and up. So remember, we're thinking here, don't drop that opposite shoulder towards the floor. I want it to stay in line with the rest of my body. This is where it comes in handy to have the mirror next to you, because you can kind of see, oh, am I pulling one of these and trying to crunch over? I want a weird straight line. If you're sticking your bottom way out, you're not going to be able to keep that line. It's going to throw you way off, and you're not going to be able to do it. So reel that butt in. Nice job. Breathe in deep, in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And think control. I don't want you to just kind of flop around. Really think about what you're doing, how you're moving. Nice job. Be 3, 2, and 1, and come on up. I want you to grab one ankle with that hand. Keep that knee in, and you're going to just pull backwards. If you need more of a stretch, lean forward. Keep that knee locked into the center. Don't yank it out to the side. And switch. Go ahead and grab a hold of the bar. Place one leg over your thigh, and you're going to sit on back into a figure 4 stretch. Now, if you don't have the bar, you're going to be on the ground. Take one ankle over that opposite thigh. Reach forward, raise those shoulders off the ground, and then lower back down as you pull here. Same stretch. And then let's switch legs. Alrighty, you guys can go ahead and take your step, if you've got stuff, and head back to your spots on the floor, and then we'll go ahead and do some core before we finish up with the stretch. Alrighty, so once you guys get back to your spots, grab a quick sip of water. We're going to start out on the floor, and you are just going to go ahead and lower yourself all the way down. Alrighty, now you're just going to place those feet flat on the floor, and I want you to just kind of rest your hands beside you and feel how your lower back arches off the floor. So take note of that, because this exercise that we're going to do is super, super simple. All we're going to do is just eliminate that space and focus on our breathing. So this will really help us in other moves, and just bar in general. It's a great practice. It's also great for your lower back. So what we're going to do is you're just going to rest here. If it helps just to kind of imagine it, you can place your hands on your hip bones. Sometimes that does better for people. And I want you to deeply inhale through the nose. Let that back come off the floor a little bit, and then deeply exhale through the mouth, nice and hard. As you press that back towards the floor, drawing that belly button in, and imagine tilting your hips kind of back in towards your belly button. So inhale, lift that back up. Exhale, press that spine down into the floor, feel that core engage, and then let it release. So you're just kind of going through, inhaling and exhaling, As you press that back into the floor, really exhale. Think about kind of holding 1, 2, 3, 4, and then lifting up. So hold down for 1, 2, 3, 4 as you exhale, and then lift up. Just a couple more. So sorry if you can hear my breathing and it sounds terribly weird. And last one. And just relax. All right, now thinking about kind of that feeling of drawing the spine in towards the floor, I want you to raise both legs up into a reverse tabletop. So my feet are pointed down towards the wall, my knees are above my hips, and then my shins are parallel with the ceiling. My arms are going to go straight up, and then opposite hand, opposite leg. I'm going to lower down, hold, 2, and then up in a dead bug. So other hand, other leg, lowers down, hovers, 1, 2, and in. Now, if you're struggling to keep that back glued to the floor, then what I want you to do is just keep those knees bent and tap one toe down towards the floor, bring it up. So the legs stay bent as one arm comes out and back in. If you can, extend that leg fully, 1, 2, back in. I want you to think about control. We're not just moving through this quickly. If you're just kind of throwing them out there, I mean, you're going to slightly feel it, but I want you to really think. Extend, hold, 2, 3, in. Nice and slow. Nice job. Good work. Just a couple more here. We one on each side. One more. And rest. Alrighty. Let's do just a couple more moves and then we'll be finished for today. So we're going to do a nice slow bicycle. Actually, that's kind of a lot of lower abs. Let's go a little bit different. Just ignore me. And raise those feet straight up in the air. This is just like real life class. I have no idea what's happening. So feet go straight up in the air, arms go at a T, and then you can have those legs either straight or slightly bent or completely bent. It'll make it a little easier. So however far your legs are bent, that's going to help you ease it up a bit. Keeping those shoulders glued to the floor, I want you to drop those legs down to one side, hold before you let them drop, and bring them back up to the center. So you're letting them fall, fall, fall. Right before you feel those legs flop over, I want you to bring them back to the center. Doesn't have to be super far. Don't let them fall all the way down to the side. That's your goal here. Nice job. So inhaling on the easy part, exhaling on the hard part. So as I kind of reach that precipice where my legs want to fall, that's when I'm breathing out as I bring my legs back in. Nice job. Let's do just a couple more here together. And last one. And drop those legs down. Now, as usual, we're going to finish our day out with some Pilates roll-ups. So I want you to stretch those feet down, arms up above your head. You're going to slowly, slowly, slowly raise those arms up, followed by your torso. Try to go one vertebrae at a time. So you come all the way up, sit nice and tall, and then reach forward for a little baby stretch. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come down. Oh, excuse me. That sneeze came out of nowhere. So raising on up, and remember, if you need a little help, I'm not mad if you give yourself a little boost. Sit up nice and tall, reach forward, because then I want you to focus on that slow lowering. That lower down is what's going to help you achieve that raise up on just using your core. Because the goal is to use no momentum at all. We're just using all of our abdominals to get ourselves up. Nice job. Do just a few more here. You've almost earned your stretch. Nice work. Give me 3 more at your own pace, and then lay back down into that long stretch. And just kind of prepare yourself for your moment of relaxation. Try it on your last one, going ultra, ultra, ultra slow on your way down. Even give it a pause halfway if you're feeling an extra challenge. So slowly lower down on that last one. Let yourself relax for a second. If you'd like, you can turn your lights off as we prepare for our moment of relaxation at the end of class that you guys have definitely deserved. Now that you guys have completed the workout, we're going to take these last few moments of class to really focus on ourselves, focus on releasing all the tension that we've built up inside our bodies, and just kind of give us a moment to just exist with no other pressures. So if you would, go ahead and come to a seated position. And we're going to start by bringing one leg out to the side, kind of at an angle in front of you, and one leg in. And you're just going to reach down towards that foot. Other arm comes up and over, pinky towards the front. Now during this time, I want you to really focus. You can close your eyes. I want you to think about breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Deep, long breaths. I always like to say to imagine breathing all the way in to wherever you feel that stretch. So in through the side, in through that leg. Feel it there and then release that breath. Come back up to center. We're going to switch those legs. So one leg out, one leg in. Reach on down. Other arm comes up and over, pinky towards the front. Take some deep breaths here. Come back to center. Bring both legs out just to wherever you feel a gentle stretch through the thighs. You're going to lean those shoulders forward nice and slow, just wherever you feel that gentle stretch. If you struggle kind of turning off your thoughts during this time, I would always recommend counting your breathing. Counting inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. And just repeating that so you're focusing on those slow, deep breaths. Come back to center. You can bring both legs together. And we're going to just let ourselves come down. Bring those knees in towards your chest. Once you wrap those arms around them, we're just going to kind of make some slow circles in one direction. And other way. Let those legs fall to one side and press them gently. Keep that other shoulder on the ground and look that way. Legs back to center, let them fall the opposite direction. Same thing, other shoulder stays on the ground and look that direction. Deep breaths here. Think about breathing all the way to that lower back and all the way out. Bring yourself back to center. Let those legs come down, hands by your side. And for this last moment of class, we're going to take this time to really focus on building up all of the tension in our bodies so that we can fully release it and feel prepared for the rest of our evening, the rest of our week. So I want you to start by grabbing those hands into fists, squeeze those toes, your calves, all the muscles in your legs, your glutes, your abs, squeeze those arm muscles, shoulders up by the ears, eyes squeezed shut, jaw clenched tight, and with one deep inhale, I want you to squeeze that whole body like you're squeezing a lemon, and then deeply exhale as you completely release all of that tension. And as you take some more deep breaths here, I want you to kind of search through from the top of your head, go through that body, and find if you're holding on to any tension. Maybe your hands are a little stiff, you're clenching your jaw. Just take this last moment to yourself. We don't get a lot of time to ourselves, so really make this your moment. On your next deep exhale, you should slowly roll yourself all the way up to a seated position. You can sit cross-legged or in butterfly, whatever makes you comfortable. Rest your hands on your knees and drop that chin to your chest and slowly, slowly, slowly rotate your head around in a big circle. Chin back to chest, go the other direction. Chin back to chest. Raise that head on up. With one more deep inhale, raise those arms all the way up. And exhale as you bring those hands in and down. Press your thumb into your chest. Extend that pinky outward. And let this be a physical reminder to let nothing but love and kindness come from your heart to the rest of the world. And give yourselves a hand. You guys did awesome, especially following along with the virtual video. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's workout. Let me know what would make things easier, or if you guys think you could handle a more difficult workout over the camera. And I'll be working on some that are just for at home or just for coming in here, as this room is open more than you think, or if you guys want extra bar practice at home. So thank you again, and have a great week, guys.